What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel Chasing God with Chase Parker. The entire purpose of this channel is to just live a purpose-filled life, chasing after God and spreading the name of Jesus. So if that's something that you're interested in, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Anyway, every single Christian has a personal testimony, a story of their salvation. And the one that you're about to see demonstrates how God shows up when we need Him the most. Let me introduce you to Will McCurdy.
It's hard to put into words how much Jesus means to me, but he means everything to me, man. Like, I would not be here today if it wasn't for him. We had the funnest time of our lives together. Like, my brother truly enjoyed me being around him, and I truly enjoyed him being around me. He was like my best friend. Like, we always laughed. We never argued. We never got mad at each other. We was able to tell each other everything. Kind of like it's just a typical school day. But normally, I would get home before he gets home. But for some odd reason, that particular night, my bus was running late, and I got home after he got home. I saw my brother outside shooting targets in the woods, because that's normally what he does when he comes home from school. He goes outside, shoots targets in the woods that we had set up, just guy things, I walked inside and was changing, and then that's when everything drastically changed. And as I was in the bathroom changing for my baseball game, I heard like this suspect kind of like gunshot sound. I literally felt my whole body shut down and felt my body tense up to the point where I looked outside the window and I saw my brother like had a gun underneath his chin, but he was still alive because one of the bullets was stuck up here in his nose, so it shattered his face, but it didn't kill him. It just broke his face. So at that time, that's when I tried to do the heroic thing and went outside, jump over the deck, go run to him. But by the time I did that, he already took the gun to the side of his head and ended his life. It truly took me a long time to finally understand everything that had happened. And there was such an empty void in my life from just missing that, because he was truly my best friend. And I truly felt like I lost everything in that moment. It made me so depressed in so many ways that I can't even put into words. To the point where I did everything I could to fill that void of emptiness that I had, whether it was drinking, drugs, hanging out with the wrong people, pornography, everything like that. But when I realized none of that was working and only making things worse, that's when I realized that I need something to be changed and different in my life. And that's when one of my friends reached out to me and told me to come to church with him. So starting out, it was kind of just like a trial run for me. At the time, I still didn't want to fully believe in God. Still fully didn't want to, talk to him, pray to him, all that stuff. But I gave him a chance. After I gave him that chance, the rest is history. I started going to youth group, and then I had an opportunity to go to church camp that summer when I was 14. And that's when I gave my life to Christ. And ever since then, my spirituality has changed so much. It was something about just being there. Something about just being in that environment and just being there just felt right. And at 14, I just truly never really understood, really what church or youth group was about. Starting out being so reserved to not want to talk to nobody, but having people constantly checking on you, it kind of helped me open up and trust a little bit more. And the fact I was able to open up, trust them, and tell them about what was going on in my life, and them not judging me and them just praying over me, it kind of was wow, maybe this is what I need. I've been just using myself as an outlet for these kids and understanding it's okay to struggle with what you struggle with, but don't be afraid to reach out to people, and don't be afraid to lean on God about it, because God won't put you anything you can't go through, get through. Now being a leader and being a part of these kids' lives, they have saved my life in more ways than I could ever imagine, because now that my mind is focused on them, it helps me focus on becoming a better person, not only mentally and physically, but also spiritually for myself, so I can be able to be a leader for them, to lead them down the right path and not to have to go through what I went through as a young age. Jesus has been the constant in my life, and that, like I said before, through my biggest storms comes my biggest blessings. And being able to still be alive today and be able to wake up every day and being able to be a leader for these kids has truly been a blessing for me. And I thank God every day for them. When people say how did you do it? How'd you get through this? How'd you do that? And I simply just say, just God. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today. Because he's been the constant in my life that has helped me get through this strategy. And I'm so thankful for that moment when I was able to give my life to him at the age of 14 after everything that happened. And I thank God every day for him to put in the position that I'm in, to be able to be a leader for them and literally just try to take my story and just impact other people who's going through the same struggles I went through. And it's hard to put into words how much Jesus means to me, but he means everything to me, man. I would not be here today if it wasn't for him.